My name is Jasmine Good and I am going over 9-2 11 port number 9, the ring counter. So we have 2 74 chips, including that means 4 flip-flops, 2 being in each chip. So we have our logic switch, which is our clock. That's the black wire going to pin 3, and then how I did this is that for each clock I attached it to synchronously to each one. So we have pin 3 being the clock, and then we have pin 11, so pin 11, the red wire, and that attaches there. So then we have that attaching to pin 3 for third flip-flop, the clock wave, and then we have that pin 3 attaching to pin 11 for that, and that's the clock. And then for the switch, for all the clears, I put the blue wire. Now it is attached to pin pin 13. That's what I tried to do, pin 13, and then pin 4 I attached to it. So pin 4, and then it attached to that one. And then I did pin 1 of the third attaching to that pin 13, and then I had pin 13 attaching to pin 1 for that. So I went across pin 13, so I could control when it shuts down for clear and then starts back up to recount. Okay, and then so that pin 1 was attached to VCC, and then that pre 4 was attached to the switch for clear. And then for the outputs, we have pin 5 attaches to pin 12, and then we have pin 9, and that attached to pin 2, and then we had pin 5 again, and that attached to pin 12, and the output has to be inverted, so we chose pin 8 yellow wire going back to pin 2. And we have our LEDs at all places of 5, the yellow wires, and then we have 9. I chose 9 for the LEDs. So right now, in order for us to see anything, we have to have the clear at 1 because it's an active glow. So I'm gonna turn this on now. I get started at this one, but let me just see. When it's low, you can't do anything to it because it's cleared. Okay. So let us get it down to 0. Okay. We are at 0. So with the ring counter, it's just going to, it only takes 1 at a time. So it picks up 1, and it takes away 1, shifting in that 0 is kind of the idea. But let's do it for 2 cycles. So 1 more cycle. 1, yep. And then it takes away 1 going into the middle, and it goes back to 0. Yeah. So just like the Johnson counter, the ring counter is also a mod 10, but it's just the idea that with this one, it takes away, it builds up, and then it takes away 1 on the outsides into reaching inside. But it only takes 1 at a time. That's how the ring counter works. But if I were to clear at any point in time, I would just have to turn that switch to low to shut it down.